Hello, and welcome to today's trending contract, Slim the Family and Friends, set in Mendoza and supplied to us today by MH Darth. So moving on to our briefing, the family said you're straight chopped, so you low-key slim them. Kill the lady that's leeching your huz and kill the family's valued worker. Send a message to the people by destroying the vineyard. Then dance with the fine she. Don't mess with 47. So moving on to our targets, and today we have 5 of them along with a free map. And for today's challenge we'll be starting as the Gaucho. We're going to have a silenced SMG stored up in the shrine. We're going to be bringing with us a Duran fruit, a vial of emetic poison, and a silenced pistol.
Scratch their asses too when they think nobody.
So right from the start and off the bat, we need to vacate the tower area where the sniper is located. We only started here so we had the right outfit on. So we're just going to head straight over to the wine area, more specifically the dance floor. And if we get here just in time, we should encounter our first target, which will be Tamara Vidal. So she should be just making her way, there she is, just ahead of us, into the vineyard area. We're going to wait for her at the bottom of the stairs, just here, and we are going to have our Duran fruit ready and waiting for her. So we're going to make her sick. She's going to come to the reception area bathroom, and we will deal with her accordingly there. Now we're going to be rather cautious about this because there is a bodyguard following Tamara at a rather very discreet distance, and he sometimes will just barge straight into the toilet cubicle where Tamara is purging herself. So we're just going to wait for Tamara to make it to the bottom of the stairs before dropping our Duran fruit at her feet. We're then going to make our way into the first cubicle at the reception toilets, and we're going to wait right here, pistol in hand, for Tamara to join us. And you'll know when she's getting close because this area will suddenly become a trespassing area. So once Tamara makes it inside, we're going to close the door behind her, and we're going to wait right here for, as you can see, the bodyguard to either wander straight in and ruin our day or take up position outside the door. If he takes up position outside the door, we can then proceed to plant 2 bullets in Tamara's back. The bodyguard will then wander off as his job has now been fulfilled, and we can then move on to our next target, but we're going to go there the long way as we want to make our way down to the wine or grape fields, and we want to trigger the chief winemaker's routine. So we're just going to run all the way up to him. He should then start a phone call, and once that phone call has started, we can then move on to our other targets, who are all located up at the villa. Well, I say all located up at the villa. One of them isn't there yet, but will be by the time we have dealt with the Yateses. So we're going to go via the passageway here through the shortcut doorway, and on the way we're going to stop off at the shrine and collect up our item. Now there is a patrolling guard, as you can see, and we are trespassing, so we're just going to sneak behind him into the shrine area. We're going to retrieve our silenced SMG, and then we're going to follow this guard on his routine. He's going to make his way back up the stairs and around to his left. We are going to go to the right, and as soon as we can, we're going to speed up and we're going to make our way up to the villa. Now, if we've done this correctly and we've timed it right, when we get up to the Yates' bedroom, the Yateses will have just arrived up there themselves, the pair of them. They are just heading up there now. So we require a change of outfit. we need one of these black-coated mercenaries. So we're just going to wait for the patrolling guard, as you can see here, to make his way past us from right to left. He will then engage his colleague in conversation. When that conversation has played out, that guard will then move back past us from left to right. And when he does, we can then make our way up into the villa area. We're going to render the static guard unconscious. There we go. There you go. You've earned your sleep there, sir, doing nothing, leaning on that wall. We're going to deposit him in the tall grass here. There is a shredder available as well, but the tall grass is slightly closer. Once we've got his outfit on, we're then going to make our way to the front of the villa, up the drain pipe to the first floor, and in through the bedroom balcony door. At this point, Mrs. Yates should be just making her way out onto the balcony. We're going to make our way inside. We're going to pounce on Mr. Yates and give him a gentle neck massage before whipping out our silenced SMG and dealing with his lady wife with as many bullets to the head as it takes. Hopefully not very many, and we don't want to knock her over the balcony. So we're now going to quickly hide up both the bodies just in case. Mrs. Yates almost certainly needs to be moved away from the edge of the balcony there, but as we're here we may as well deal with Mr. Yates as well. We're then going to head back out onto the balcony and down to the ground floor. We can go down via the stairs, but there are two guards on the stairs and I'd rather not risk bumping into them and getting on their nerves. We're going to make our way into the building and into the small office just to our right, and our next target, the lawyer Mr. Aaron Ford Jr., is currently heading this way. We're going to take our SMG and we're going to drop it on the floor. We're going to select our silenced pistol and we're going to hide ourselves in the closet provided. So in a few moments the lawyer will make his way into the room. He is accompanied by a bodyguard, and when he sees the gun he will tell the bodyguard that he's found a dangerous weapon lying around on the floor, and the guard will move to take it away. When he vacates the room, Aaron Ford Jr. will go back to his usual routine. At that point we will then exit our hidey hole. So the guard has the gun, he's just hanging back for dramatic effect before heading out the door. Aaron Ford Jr. is sitting at his desk, although we got out a little bit early. We're just going to shoot the lawyer in the face very, very quickly. I'm sure he's done something to deserve it. And before we deposit him in the closet provided, the one we were hiding in, we're just going to wait for the guard to make his way down into the basement, otherwise he can see us through the window. So once we have the lawyer safely tucked away, we can now move on to our final target, who we should have set up earlier on, and that is the chief winemaker. So we're going to make our way all the way down to the wine fields, and obviously the winemaker has finished his conversation on the phone with Mr. Yates. He's now moved into position and we can then deal with him accordingly. So we're going to make our way straight down into the wine fields. We're going to hop over the fence into the great area itself. We're going to turn on and then off again the water pump. That's going to get the attention of firstly one of the winery workers, which suits us perfectly because we do require his outfit. So we're just going to hide around the corner, as this guy is usually an enforcer when it comes to investigate. We're going to pounce on him once he's in position, render him unconscious. We're going to deposit him in the crate that we were hiding next to around the corner. We're going to take his outfit and then we're going to reset our trap for the chief winemaker. So once he's in the crate, we're going to take his outfit. We're going to turn on and then off again the water pump once again, and this time round the chief winemaker will make his way over here. We're going to wait once again around the corner, only this time we will have our pistol in hand ready and waiting. And when the chief winemaker makes his way over here, we can then move up behind him, we can plant 2 in his back, and we can very quickly leave the area. We can deposit him in the box if we so wish, but if we can make it to the exit before anyone realizes he's lying there. So all we have to do is run for the back of the grape fields to the nearby exit and exit Mendoza. So there we go, one more trending contract taken care of, and we have confirmation all of our targets have been eliminated according to plan. We had no objectives to worry about, and we get a silent assassin rating. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.